It's very wonderful to see a mountain and to climb it and put your flag on top of it. It's very wonderful to want to create your own mountain so that you can climb it and put your flag on top of it. But it is also wonderful to know why you are climb doing that or why you are compelled to climb mountain in the first place. And you might discover that everyone values mountain, but you actually love the sea and perhaps swimming is what you really should be doing. And if your calling is a mountain, then by all means to go climb in the mountain. But if you have question about the sea, you might ask one word on the restaurant and see what happens. That means to involve. And if you're not, avoiding show some incremental changes but evolve over time to create a link trend and then you are probably dead. And that shouldn't really be a goal of anyone. Like I think every day I get up and I say, what am I? Brothers, and then I move toward that. Sometimes only list my priorities to see how many back-to-back a simple list of whatever I'm watching on Netflix. I can watch, if that's a kind of mature version that I need, for in order to my best save out in more money. And sometimes if you how much to do list and can I grant to the before lunch, and so I tell myself that this is to-do list on the things that are in so insignificant compared to the things that I have already done. I have already survived or already accomplished. That is almost laughable that they think they can stand there on my to-do list, like they are actually mocking me. And so if you can get to the point where you can say, well, I have already pushed through something incredible, I have already done something that I didn't think that I was able to do, didn't have skill to do, the confidence, the even try, but yes, circumstantial and determined for was true. I have already done these things. Yes, and they were in different contexts. Maybe it in a personal context or not a career context in my case, and they were in theater on the design world. But I have already, its work concept is already there's so what reason do I have to believe the reason not going to work again? So not thinking about it and this untenable new thing because you do get a freeze respond to new things because that's friend trying to protect us from things that might be dangerous that we know we don't anything about it. We didn't realize it's in fact it's a family of tasks that clock in a new environment. And so I think there's a lot of be to say for looking back at our research and not just representing them but really recognizing that the new challenges in fact that Oregon were already slant. A lot of early accomplishments that I have made were because I didn't realize that they were important, and there's actually a type of method for teaching and also use to play the violin, and I was taught with the Suzuki method. And if you look at the Suzuki method, you have all these different machines and we're playing violin concerto that are for beyond that we think somebody of that age should be able to do in this because nobody told them then they should be able to do that. And so that was basically my reality. I was told where you live in you're gonna start going to college someone to the expectation was able to get good grades so did I every time this will go put in front of me. I didn't realize you cannot collapse it. So I just did. We'll never really know who we would have been if we had made one different decision, way back there in our childhood. But because of the way the brain developed, we are more emotionally susceptible to the experiences that we have early on in life and we are later in life. We are hard to live in this society that has been created for us and this certain expectation that one is contributing a member of the community of humanity and that can be accomplished in many different ways. I think if I had a heap of young people that I was responsible for, I would try and listen more, and maybe my parents did show what each of them. I certainly wouldn't try my method of because you can do that right put demonstration where they can find people to emulate and to look up to and at the right answer because the worst thing in the world is to have an state mind of question and to know what a right product have. the right resources to get them answered so that your phone brain is still plastic. Is still developing as more strengthable to information in certain ways in another. I would use story. I would use imaginative and human humor, but there's a certain amount of finishing that happened in those last few years in the early in the 20 early in the the full development of a frontal context with is set up responsible both for those our ability to think locally and to predict outcome and also maybe a little bit for us to project the negative outcome as well, right? So optimism follow victim to reality brain are lazy because most nature is lazy. That should be a justifiable reason for our energy output, you know, because not using resources that are important for our survival. So if our brains are lazy and they follow to the process that are easier for them to follow. If you have constantly trained your brain into like reframing, that double step, the automatic outcome is the is the one to think about, and you have to work really hard to think about it. It's like predict machine. I predict that is probably what's going to happen. It will be a worst step outcome. There might be other factor, but the energy that I would be spending thinking about other factor doesn't seem in line with the strategy for the importance of decision. So good enough. Your our brain really don't like to be bored. They get very unhappy if they are under stimulation, and then they can go to solving the problem in many different ways, not just how solve problem short term, but how can I ensure that it's not going to be a problem in the long run. Emotion were not useful, or I see actively destructive things in that I had to build my life entirely logically. Now I obviously we're humans, so where possible make emotion